normal.
I don't know, but for some people maybe it is, Dean.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Oh, God, he's opinionated today, isn't he? This perfect dad over
here.
here.
We'll let my 13-year-old out on her own at 10:30 at night, pitch black.
Confessions of real parents.
Everyone cares about how their kids behave, though, in front of other people. Everyone cares about that. They should care.
You blame me! Can we just really quickly talk Mother's Day?
Yep.
Yeah?
Certainly can.
Okay.
Most important day of the year.
I disagree.
Welcome to episode 32 of the Fun Dad, Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I am Sarah. So, can I just quickly talk about something that has been a very hot topic at the moment? Has it not?
Yeah, every single person in the world's watched it.
Every single person is either talking about it, watching it, or making a calculated move not to watch it because they don't think they can. So what I'm talking about, if you haven't heard of it, is the new Stephen Graham programme on Netflix called Adolescence.
Yeah, it's about a boy that gets accused of murder, a 13-year-old boy that gets accused of stabbing a girl at his school. So it's some pretty heavy stuff in it.
Yeah, really heavy.
But there's a lot of takeaways from watching it, isn't there? Especially for parents, especially with kids that are nearly teenagers or even younger kids that have got all that to come. There's a lot of takeaways from watching it.
But I think there's two aspects to the show as well. So there's obviously the idea that it's struck such a strong reaction amongst the viewers, particularly those viewers who are parents. I do feel like it's incredibly emotive. But also the fact that each show was shot in one long continuous shot. It's actually quite amazing when you see the acting that's had to go on in that show and the fact it was all shot in one shot. There's also that aspect as well.
Yeah, it's good. They filmed each shot about 15 times. Netflix have posted that. They posted each one about 15 times on each episode and picked the best one. Some of the episodes they picked like the second take and the other one they picked like 16 or 15, something like that, the last one they did.
I mean, for me, anything with Stephen Graham in it is a winner. And that Ashley Walters, I could watch him all day.
Which one's that?
The police officer. Oh, he's lovely. Enjoyed watching him. Anyway.
Watching Adolescence.
I know.
Looking all tingles. That's that wet patch on the sofa.
But obviously, we don't want to give too much away because some of you might not have seen it. But for those that have seen it or have an opinion on the matter, you know, the fact that essentially these parents didn't, it just came as such a shock. Even to be honest with you, in episode 1, I was thinking, well, he hasn't done it. Surely he hasn't done it. He's 13. This wouldn't happen among 13-year-olds. But the fact of the matter is, it does happen. This is happening in this country. You know, young boys are stabbing young girls. And, you know, it just really highlighted a lot within the show and in the lead up and the potential preventatives to that.
Yeah, I would see signs. If my kid was
Would you, Dean? Come on.
You would see previous things going on to them, surely, to them that actually committing a crime like that. But
I think what they showed is so Stephen Graham played the boy's dad and he became the boy's adult. What do you call it? Responsible adult within the interview process. And it was shocking to him what had been going on because they didn't know enough, you know, particularly around the use of the boy's mobile phone. He'd been liking pornographic images. He'd been sharing things on his phone. There was kind of a code going on in the WhatsApp group, you know, with the emoji code.
Different emoji stuff, yeah.
It was mind-blowing to me. As a mum of a pre-teen, it was mind-blowing.
Shouldn't have phones, should they? I mean, how old is he in it? He's 13, so he's right on the cusp of whether you would, I guess.
I think he's well into it. I think you'd be surprised. Nearly all 13
No,
have a
sorry,
phone.
when we would, because we're looking at like 13, aren't we? But yeah, well, our kid's 10? She thinks she's getting one at 11. Well, she thinks she's getting open access to social media.
I think it's not about the phone.
This wasn't phones. This was social media. Yeah. So this was DMs through social media. Having a phone without that, we think's okay, isn't it? Without those sort of apps, but. Yeah, that highlighted how much of a problem that actually does cause.
But also for me, I do have this question. If anyone can answer this question, if anyone has a teenager, a young teenager. So the boy had been out in the town centre, and I think that when they showed some footage, some CCTV footage, they were showing things at like 10:30 at night. Well, my gut instinct as a mum was like, what's the 13-year-old doing out at 10:30 at night? Or is that just me?
That's not normal.
I don't know, but for some people maybe it is, Dean.
Well, it shouldn't be.
God, he's opinionated today, isn't he? This perfect dad over
wouldn't
it.
let my 13-year-old out on her own at 10:30 at night, pitch black. Would you?
But maybe as well, you still control
the environment when they're 13. Like, you take them there, you pick them up. You don't just let them roam I wouldn't roam the streets at 13.
I think we have to take this as well. Is we are parents of girls.
Yeah.
And I know that
but the girls out there as well.
I've got friends who literally messaged me a couple of nights ago, and they tried to watch Adolescence, and this was parents of boys. They've got 4 boys between them, and she actually messaged me to say, we can't watch it. We've had to turn it off. We're both in tears.
Wow.
So, and I have heard a lot of people have started to watch it, but either found it so awkward or so real that they actually haven't been able to watch it. They've had to turn it off.
They should watch it. I think there's a lot of things in there that you can learn, and yeah, definitely they should watch it through.
Can we just touch though, because obviously I am a primary school teacher. All right, guys. I am primary, and I'm fully aware that, to me, I think I have a much easier job than secondary teachers. Although secondary teachers often come to me and say, how do you put up with the little ones? But can we just talk about the school scene?
Apparently it's terrible. If you look at the comments on my video on Instagram, people are like, the school was exactly like that. Absolutely awful.
What do you mean? The school in the...
School in the programme was, highlighted as being terrible, wasn't it? I mean, the kids were completely chaotic. The teachers were like, couldn't handle the kids because they were so bad. They became disengaged. It was awful to watch. The school scared the life out of me. That's probably the worst bit for me.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst bit, seeing that school and thinking, my kid can't go there. Couldn't go a place like that, surely not. And Daisy's coming up close to that. So it's like really real for us now.
See, I think I've probably lived a little bit of a sheltered life in terms of my opinion of secondary schools, because I went to an all-girls grammar school, and I had a great experience of school. There wasn't the swearing and the fighting and all those things that were depicted within that particular show. However, when you often talk about your schooling...
I hated every single second, every single day, every minute of every day. I hated being there.
But
I had such bad... The people, the kids were bloody awful. You walk past some of them, it was like, taxis. It's like, give them something to actually walk past certain bits of school. They bullied the life out of you. Awful people. And like, you look at them now as adults, and they're... Half of them aren't any different, you know what I mean?
God, he's coming out with all the
No, but I have a real bad thing about school. Like, I have real bad memories, and I do not want my kids to be involved in any type of school like that.
As parents, we're quite limited really on choice as parents in terms of our secondary schools. Like, I often thought the house that we've moved to now, it was really good for primary schools. I really liked it. And we moved in when Daisy was 2.5. So in my head, I thought, oh, well, I know our next house where we're going to move to. I'll make sure it's by a secondary school, COVID comes, cost of living crisis comes, fucking us over financially at every single opportunity. We can't move. So now I'm stuck in this village with no secondary school within a 2-mile radius. Like, there's no... Where am I going to send her? I'll just get given by the council wherever she gets. Yeah, no, I don't have the choice.
It's complete potluck. It's like, they could send her there. She could come out great and love it and find friends she really likes, or she could go there and get totally bullied. It's so potluck with places like this. It really is quite scary. And I'm going off, but I'm just going at all. I really am. Like, homeschooling would be the way if I had the money, if I had it, I would go that way now. And I never ever thought I'd say that. Not a couple of years ago.
Well, just because of this show, or a few factors?
Just a few factors. Like, I think our kids are quite easily led in a way. I've noticed bits about that recently. And I feel like if they go to secondary school, they want to be the cool ones. And if you get led down that path, because I got led down that path, and you just turn into like, I don't know, you just get spat out not the person you went in a way.
Wow.
You know, that's what happened to me. I went in quite smart.
This is cheery on the podcast today,
I'm just really passionate. I'm just really
doom and gloom.
I'm just really passionate about this subject because it is something that's on my mind, and I had a bad experience at school, and I do not want my kids having that.
Yeah.
You know, and that show has just sort of brought it all back to me. Really did. Watching it, I was like, yeah, this is what my school was like. And if you do watch the programme...
See, whereas I was watching it thinking, holy shit, is this actually what schools are like?
You went to a really good school, though, didn't you?
Thanks, Mum and Dad.
And all the schools around that area are quite good, aren't they? I won't name them, but...
Yeah, but they bought their house for like... I'm not getting started on this, but they bought their house for like pretty much nothing compared to what it's worth now. Like, I can't even get started on that. Well, that's a conversation for another day.
We're ranting a bit too much now.
But ranting this morning. Let's go on to a little bit of a lighter topic.
I like getting passionate about certain things, though. Like, what's wrong with being passionate?
Yeah?
Yeah, I care about it.
You do.
School's important. So important. Like, who they meet, who they start hanging around with, like, the education. It is. Isn't it?
It is.
Such a big decision. And you can't, and you haven't really got 100% control. So that's why homeschooling, you almost take it into your own hands.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would say about that. But
I think
it's loads of dough.
With homeschooling, though, I think what we mean as well, because we've had this conversation off, like in the past, what we mean by homeschooling is we have both agreed that it wouldn't be us teaching the children. What we mean by homeschooling is we would get a professional to come in and do that job. Absolutely. Even now, Daisy brings home maths homework because I've predominantly taught in Key Stage 1 in early years for the last 15 years. If she brings home her maths homework and some of it I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. And I've got to I have to learn as well.
They wouldn't listen to us anyway. Our kids wouldn't really listen to us teaching them. It wouldn't work. That's what I mean by it being expensive. It would be expensive bringing someone in, paying them. That's what I'm saying. You need money to do the homeschooling for us, wouldn't we?
Just need lottery win.
I mean, if you do homeschool, let us know how it goes because we'd love to hear feedback on that.
We either need a lottery win or we need all of you listeners to share this podcast with your parenting community and get us loads of listeners. Shamelessly plugging the podcast there.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to something a little bit lighter.
More light-hearted.
More light-hearted.
Yeah, more light-hearted.
So I was just wondering that there are a few things that I think we do as parents, right, that I kind of do in secret because I think if I was to outwardly admit it, I might be judged or parent-shamed for doing it. So, like, it works for us, but I kind of keep it close to my chest because I think, oh, maybe someone will have an opinion on that or I'll feel pressurised to
pretty
stop.
much everything we do.
But I'm kind of calling this part of the podcast Confessions of Real Parents. Okay? Because I'm hoping by sharing some of these confessions,
I think most parents do most of this
I
stuff.
don't know. I'm hoping by sharing some of our confessions, you will say that you do them too. And we won't feel so. So, Dean, is there anything that you do that you probably wouldn't necessarily admit because you might feel like you might be parent shamed or somebody else would have an opinion on that?
I put fruit in my kids' lunchbox knowing they're not going to eat it.
Full well.
No, yeah, they don't like fruit in the lunchbox. They never eat fruit at school. They eat fruit at home, weirdly, but at school they never, ever, ever eat. Not really. Well, Daisy has blueberry.
I think you're talking about our youngest.
One of them never eats any fruit at school, does she?
Yeah.
So I put it in just so I don't look bad to the teacher. I don't want that teacher opening the lunchbox and being like, the parents giving them here. At least if I put like an apple. I normally put apples in at the moment because they're the travel apple because they're the cheapest one. But sometimes I put berries in there. So you tell me off. You're like, we put strawberries in our lunch. We're never going to eat it.
Yeah, don't waste the money. They're so expensive. If you're gonna put in the travel piece of fruit that you know is going to go in that lunchbox and then just come straight back, it's got to be a banana or an apple. It's got to be something
orange.
Cheap. Orange, yeah, true.
Someone put a carrot in. Some people put carrots in.
Okay.
I had a message today saying a carrot.
That's cheap. Yeah, don't worry about it. The thing is, though, just like to even now sharing this on the podcast, even this, because I don't want to be parent shamed by people being like, your kids don't eat any fruit.
They do at home.
I just want to put a caveat in there that they eat a lot of fruit in the morning and they eat a lot of fruit when they come home. Like, I just load it up either end of the school day.
Ruby doesn't eat a lot of fruit.
She does when I do it. You just can't be asked. You are the laziest parent with breakfast. He just shoves a bowl of cereal. He's like, off you go.
No, I don't.
Oh, here we go.
I make pancakes. I make eggs. I make all sorts of different stuff.
See, look, even then, now, he's like, you feel as a parent that you have to defend your choices and defend everything.
I don't want to feed them crap all the time. Obviously not. So I do want to defend that. I do give them.
No, but what I mean is just in general, in scenarios.
Yeah, of course you do.
You sometimes might not share your truth, or you might not share, an aspect of what you do when you parent because you feel like you might be judged, and I find that really frustrating. So something that I often keep quiet about or don't always openly share. And I'm probably a bit embarrassed of it. I am, because I do feel like a little bit of a failure. But I'm just going to admit it. I am embarrassed that we have to lie with Ruby to get her to sleep at night. So she's 6. We have to lie with her. Cheers for starting that, Dean.
I'm not embarrassed. I just find it a bit frustrating. I'm not embarrassed to tell people that. I don't openly go, I lie with my kids at bed, but I'm not that embarrassed about that.
But do you feel like some people would have a bit of an opinion on that?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely,
because some parents just chuck their kids in and they go sleep. So I wouldn't tell those parents. They'd be like, well, you fucked up. You know what I mean? But lots of parents do lie with their kids. I know they do.
Right.
I know they do from my social media. I think I would say it's probably 50-50 of parents who chuck their kids in.
Do you think?
I would say that.
Oh.
Maybe I'm completely out there. But I would say it's quite an even split to some parents who just throw their kids in, they go sleep, bye, have an easy night, and the other ones lie with them.
There is something I do, though, that I don't admit. And now I'm going to be giving away my little secret. But I'm almost 100% convinced that most people will do something along these lines. But, if you have to go somewhere, I don't know, like a wedding, or you're going around someone's house for the first time, or you're going to a restaurant, or whatever, I literally bribe the kids to be on their best behaviour. I am literally you say pleases and thank you. You, because I don't know, maybe I've not brought them up well enough that they don't automatically always do that. Oh, God. See, even now I'm like, oh, should I be admitting this? But I'll bribe them. If we're going somewhere, I will full on be like, I will buy you X, or you can do this, or you can have a friend round if you behave
I get frustrated when you do that.
Oh.
Secretly.
Oh, why?
Because I think they would anyway. You have a little trust in them. Not enough trust in them. I think they'd go around the new house and behave. I think our kids are good enough that they would do that. And they would say please and
So why am I bribing them? Why am I bribing them?
Because you're worried about they won't. And
no, I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about other people's opinions of what they're going to think of my kids.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Why am I like that? Is everyone like that? Is this just me?
Everyone cares about how their kids behave, though, in front of other people. Everyone cares about that. They should care, shouldn't they?
I'd like to hope so.
Yeah. We don't need to bribe our kids. I feel like they would just go there and...
I remember this story. Oh, my God. I'm actually going to share it because she's grown up now. It doesn't matter. So I remember when Daisy started reception, we went round a house of one of these new friends, and it was the October half term. So anyone who knows when they start school, that's quite quick, the October half term when they start school. We went round there, and the girls were dressing up and stuff, and there were this little pair of Disney princess shoes. I don't even know why I'm laughing. And they were playing with the shoes and whatever, and Daisy had them on. And she had this massive tantrum in front of the mum. I can't even remember now what it was about, but she had this massive tantrum and she stamped her foot and she just smashed these Disney princess shoes. And the little kid was crying and the mum was oh, it doesn't matter, but I could see it matters. And I felt so bad. And then I was like, I'll replace them. I'm so sorry. And I was so embarrassed. And the mum was like, oh, they're from Disneyland in Florida. We got them when we went to Disneyland. God. And I was like, how am I going to replace these shoes? I felt so bad. And I was on Amazon, I was on the Disney websites, I was trying to I couldn't replace them. They were literally irreplaceable, and she'd smashed them in the middle of a tantrum by stamping
Book a flight to Disneyland and get a pair.
I was so embarrassed. Just one of those scenarios, I was like, I am so embarrassed. And I did go to Monsoon and I bought the kid some fancy shoes, and she turned out she loved them and it was all fine and whatever. But that instilled, every time we went to a subsequent play date after that, I mean, I think I actually left that house. I think I had a little cry in the car. You know, you're just so embarrassed.
Well,
I was like, why did you have to do that?
They're just kids. They're going to act out sometimes, aren't they? They're going to
Why
make mistakes.
Why do I care so much what that mum thinks? Yeah,
I know.
For all I know, she could have been thinking, I'm so glad somebody else's kids have tantrums too.
Probably is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care about that.
No.
Not really. My kids lose their temper at a play date. I'd be like, as long as they don't keep doing it, they keep doing it everywhere we go, I'm like, oh my God, my kid's a nightmare. You know what I mean? If they do it every now and again, I think it's fine.
Oh, I was dying of embarrassment. Anyway, go on then. What else do you secretly do that you want to admit and not get judged for? Oh.
Giving a side dip of Nutella with fruit.
What do you mean? I love Nutella and strawberries. That's one of my favourite foods.
Yeah, I do it too often.
Do you? Do you do it in the morning?
I have been known to.
Dean, before school.
I want her to have strawberries or raspberries. She goes, Nutella with, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. And then I know she'll at least get the strawberries in then, you know what I mean?
So it's not even a treat, it's just full on ego. I have this for breakfast.
Not every day. Oh. Sometimes I sprinkle a little bit of sugar on them. Just so she has the fruit. She's such a pain in the arse with food. It's just like, how can I get her to eat this fruit?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't take this.
But I wouldn't tell people that because I'd think I'm
Well, you just have. You just told me as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, no.
I'll hide the sugar jar. That's why she's got such a sweet tooth.
Yeah, no.
Mind you, actually, I feel like I'm going to have to caveat that and admit something myself. Sometimes with dinner, she tells me she wants Cocoa Pops for dinner. If we have Cocoa Pops, we haven't at the moment. We've got Crunchy Nut at the moment.
Yeah, don't buy Cocoa Pops. She's so addicted to them.
She loves them. But I'll be like, if you eat your dinner, you can have a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
Then she's like, third of the dinner. And she's like, Cocoa Pops now?
No,
and you're like, okay.
She'll eat at dinner because she wants the Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, you shouldn't bribe.
We shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't bribe them with food.
I know.
We got taught not to do that.
I know, but and
you're still doing it? Oh. Jesus Christ. I never bribe them with food. I'm just, if you eat it, fine. If you don't, don't. I've got that mentality now. I'm there mentally. If they don't eat it, have something else later. Like, sorry, I'm just not.
I do. I bribe.
Yeah, you love a bribe.
Oh, it's so bad.
You do that a lot with everything, don't you? Even me.
What do you mean?
No, you do like bribing the kids with stuff. I'm like, they don't need to be that. They will behave. They will eat eventually. That's an 8th meal.
Go on in. Well, do you do?
That's your one next.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm getting really embarrassed now of the things I've written. Even some of the things I've written, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm like, should I say that?
Yes, oh my! I'm like, I don't know if I want to share this.
Actually, they're not that bad.
We are. By the way, guys, we are. I just want to reassure you, we do try our best with parenting. We do. Do we?
70% effort.
So I reckon everyone does it. I'm just going to do I reckon everyone does this, right? You know, have you ever had like a Saturday or a Sunday or a day in the holidays and someone's like knocked on the door and you think, we're all in our pyjamas still, and it's like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
I love them. We never do it.
No, I know we never do it, but I don't do it because I'm in fear. If somebody knocks on the door and I'm like in my pyjamas and the kids are all in their pyjamas like in the afternoon, I don't want to be judged.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
No?
Just the odd day, having a little relaxing day at home with your family. No one cares. I know you. Why
do I care?
You worry about stuff. I'm like,
I do.
who cares? Just
one
day in like a month that we do this or whatever, that we just don't get ready. It's nice.
I wonder if anyone listening is thinking they do something and they think, I don't want to admit it, but maybe I should. Confess your sins. Let us know. Let us know your confessions of real parents, just to make us feel a little bit better. Will we feel better?
What did I do the other day? I threw away a Sonic picture that Ruby made for her friend. She put so much effort in, and I was like, it's been there a couple of days, it's making mess. And I like folded it up and threw it in the bin. Oh. She came down and was like, where's my Sonic picture? Oh. And I was like, Mummy spilt something on it.
You blame me? Oh, you fucker. I'm always bad cop in our house.
So I went and printed out a lot of templates from work. So
like Sonic ones?
Yeah, so she could redo it. I was like finding them on Google and that. So throwing away kids' stuff I do quite often because it's just like...
Oh, no.
I just hate
always
mess.
Throw it away.
I hate mess, and they make so many drawings. It's like, that's not quite good enough yet. So not good enough, but it's not good enough for the fridge or to keep...
You only keep the Mona Lisa style ones. I mean, I think the Mona Lisa's a bit it, to be honest. But
Mona Lisa?
It's a famous painting, dear.
I know what it is.
Oh,
Oh, right. Ones that are actually good.
yeah.
I know, they're all shit. Our kids are quite good at art, aren't they? Anyway, yeah.
I also need to... I'm going to admit this one proudly, actually, because... No, maybe I shouldn't admit it proudly. No, I'm just going to admit it. Our kids both had bottles at night time until they were... One was 3 and one was 4.
See, I don't know if that's bad or not.
I think that's bad. That's bad for their teeth. That's not what they should be drinking out of. They shouldn't be, like, sucking on a bottle when they're, like, nearly 4. No.
Some people breastfeed till then, don't they? 3 or 4.
Okay, well, that's a different conversation.
Still sucking on stuff. What happens to their teeth? Nipples better for the teeth, are they? My mum breastfed. My teeth are still all over the place. Anyway, I've gone down a completely different avenue here with this, but there you go.
But I remember being embarrassed of that. Like, sometimes Ruby or, like, one of the girls would ask for a bottle in public, and I'd look at them like, shut up right now, don't speak. Do not mention that you have a bottle in front of these people.
Oh, you can't do that.
No, I wouldn't say that. But obviously I'm not going to speak to the kids like that, you know. But I just look at them and I'm like, as in, like, stop. No, just stop. I don't want people to know that you actually have one. Shush. Like, yeah. I didn't want people to know that. Now you all know. Sorry. Shoot me.
Yeah. Every Monday I make my kids the same freezer dinner because I work from home on a Monday.
You proudly admit that, though. I feel like you do.
I use freezer food a bit too much, I suppose,
You do. You're a very lazy cook.
I hate cooking.
Yeah, no.
And my kids hate eating, so it's like...
Maybe that's why they hate eating, because you hate cooking.
Put all this effort in, they don't eat it. So, you can have some Alpha Bites. Even though Alpha Bites are great, but, you know what I mean, it's easy, innit?
Yeah.
Alpha Bites, chicken nuggets, bit of broccoli. Bob's your uncle.
Happy days.
Nutrients, got chicken, you got broccoli, got potato.
Yeah. There you go.
What more can you want?
To be fair, though, there is nothing more... obviously, there's more things disheartening, but to me, I find it really disheartening when I've spent ages, like, preparing a meal and then no one touches it. It does frustrate the life out of me.
Oh, no. You really hate that. It ruins your whole mood.
It does. I'm like, that's taken me an hour. But it's not even just the cooking of it. You know, like, there's a lot mentally involved in that obviously they're kids, so they don't obviously think and appreciate. But maybe I've been looking at, like, the kids' cookbooks, or maybe I've been looking online and I've been thinking, right, I'm going to try this recipe, I'm going to do this. And then I've got to think of the list, then I've got to go to the shop and I've got to get all the bits, and I come back, then I make it, and I put it in front of them, and it's like I've put a steaming bowl of dog in front of them. And I find that frustrating.
Good with roast dinners, isn't it? When you cook a massive roast dinner.
Oh, they eat the roast.
They didn't used to, though. Remember, you used to do it.
I've kept going with the roast dinners, though.
And they were like, what the is this you put in front of me? Just leave it all. And you'd be like, have depression for the rest of the Sunday. You're in a great mood cooking it. And then
great mood cooking it. And I'm like, no one's fucking eating it. And then you see Ruby in the corner with her bowl of Cocoa Pops. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, literally, you're doing my head in.
Bowl of Cocoa. A fourth bowl of the day.
I feel like we're saying this. I barely even buy the bloody things because I can't.
We can't buy
it.
It's like drugs to them, isn't it?
I can't buy it. Yeah, she loves it. I can't even buy it. So then the other day, you bought Crunchy Nut, and every day this week she's like, can I have some Crunchy Nut?
Oh, they love that as well.
I know. So now once that pack's gone, I'm like, no more.
I mean, it's such crap, innit?
It is such crap.
I used to think it was, like, healthy when I was a kid.
I read once, and I don't know if this is true or not, so, you know, whatever, but I read once that they actually, certain breakfast cereals, they can't advertise as a breakfast cereal because of its sugar content, because actually some breakfast cereals, like Frosties, and I would imagine Crunchy Nut is probably similar, they have such a high sugar content, you may as well be eating a packet of Haribos.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No brand deals with Frosties, that's for sure. Well, the price is right.
What else do I get? I feel like I get shamed for this sometimes. And I feel if you're a hairdresser now, maybe give me some advice or just judge me, whatever I'm going to say. So our eldest has really curly hair. Like when she was little, she had that like ringlets hair. Both of the girls have got really curly hair. And as I went back to work and as she approached school age and we used to wash her hair every day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wash her hair every day and then you could like put it half up, put it in a ponytail, put some curl spray in it and she had curly hair. But The effort of washing, now her hair's like really long and it's like down to her bum. The effort of washing that every day or every other day so that the curls stay nice is just something I can't do. I don't have the motivation for it. And to be honest with you, she doesn't either. Anyway, the effort was too much to wash her hair. So then I have an admission. I straighten it every Saturday or Sunday. Wash her hair once a week and I straighten it.
See, is that bad? Is that bad for the hair?
People often are quite shocked when I actually say that, oh, her hair's really curly. They're like, well, why do you straighten it then? She's a kid. I don't think there's a lot of people that do that. I've been straightening her hair since she was about 7.
Okay.
Once a week.
I knew that, but I didn't think it was a bad thing. Not every day, obviously not good for their hair.
Oh,
but
no,
like
I just
once
straighten
a week.
it, straighten it once a week.
Like special occasion type stuff.
No, it's not special occasion.
It's just to get the curls out.
Because you wouldn't be able to manage that curly hair and brush that, would you, and put it up and stuff?
I don't brush her hair. Oh, you talking about Ruby?
No, I'm talking about Daisy.
I don't brush her.
That's why I had to start.
Doesn't let me near her hair.
That's why I had to start doing it, because you couldn't do her hair. And she was going to school on the days when I'm working and I leave early. She was going to school some days looking like a scarecrow. So, because you couldn't manage to tame the curly hair. So I was just like, right, well, I'll straighten it once a week.
She used to shout at me so bad when I used to do that because it hurt her so much because it was all tangly.
I bet it
really does hurt.
Especially because what you do with when you brush the girl's hair, and I've noticed it, you start at the top and you brush down. You should start at the bottom and work your way up.
I don't know what I'm doing. Bloody, look at my hair. Look at it. I just got that and it's done. I don't know what I'm doing with girls' hair.
You dyed mine once in lockdown.
I've done pretty well to learn a ponytail. I'm good at ponytails. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Well, is there anything else that you would like to admit while we're on this train, Dean? Because I feel like I've admitted a few bits.
I've admitted loads.
Go on in.
Using work as an excuse when I can't be bothered.
What do you mean?
So if they want to do something, that's bad, isn't it? Fucking terrible. If they want to play out in the garden or something, I'm just tired. I'll be like, I've got work to do. Oh no, I shouldn't admit that. Not that often, but I have done that in the past. God, I'm not a robot. Sometimes I can't be arsed. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Don't want to go and play some random game in the garden. I know. It sounds bad saying that out loud. I do play with my kids a lot, I do, but sometimes you just can't be bothered. Especially a game of Guess Who. And all the things
you hate Guess Who,
I do like it. The one we got, the things just keep falling down.
It's a rip-off. It's a Temu Guess Who.
But she loves it, and it's can't do that now.
Because they all fall down, don't they? You put one down and they all fall down.
I do play it with her, but in certain moods.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't. Yeah, but that's it.
Well, please let us know if you have any parenting secrets that you'd like to share with us. And just moving on swiftly before we finish for this episode, can we just really quickly talk Mother's Day?
Yep.
Yeah.
Certainly can.
Okay.
Most important day of the year.
I disagree. I feel like I should be valued every day, not just on one day. I also would just like to appreciate for anybody listening that I believe as well about Mother's Day, we are incredibly grateful that we both still have our mums and that our children still have me as their mum. And I'd just like to take a moment for anyone who will probably find this Mother's Day quite difficult. Because we kind of like to make a joke out of it and we don't have experience yet of Mother's Day being a different kind of day for us. Do you know what I mean?
God, this is a sombre episode, isn't it?
I know, but I just think we're about to make a joke out of the day because, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I don't really give a shit about Mother's Day.
Yeah, you do. If I just completely neglected it, you'd care.
You neglected Valentine's.
Did I? Oh yeah, I forgot your card.
And present. And arrange anything.
What'd you get me then?
I got you a lovely card with a verse.
£2.
Okay.
Two fucking
it's the thought
quid.
that counts. But I don't know, I just don't want to be forced on Mother's Day to,
what would you want?
Celebrate
What's your perfect Mother's Day? Go through the whole day. What's your perfect one?
A lie-in.
Yeah.
Which never happens.
House tidy.
The house, yeah, honestly.
Me walking around my boxes with a duster.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to be in your boxes, though.
Why?
Especially
them off. Take them off.
Oh, no.
Might be weird.
Where is this going?
Yeah, this might be a bit weird.
It's not Mother's Day, it's about the children.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't know, I'd probably... You're going to think I'm lying, but there is a place that I love, which is near us where we live, right? Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Oh, I love Bucket's Farm. And you hate it.
Taking you to the
I know, but no, like a family day that we actually enjoy. I love
This is not a paid partnership. I'm sorry. It's not.
I love seeing my kids having fun and playing, and then we get to sit and relax. And I don't know, I like that. And then like followed by like dinner together afterwards or something, or take me home and buy me a Chinese. You can never go wrong with me with a Chinese. Just buy me a Chinese. That's all I want.
Okay,
but don't buy me flowers.
Lie in, tidy house, farm, Chinese.
Yeah, but don't buy me flowers.
No flowers.
Like that really pisses me off. Like they just literally die. Buy me a diffuser, buy me a candle, buy me a lip gloss, buy me a mascara. Don't buy me flowers. Or some people spend like upwards of 40, 50 pounds on flowers. Get me a fucking cleaner and deep clean my bathroom. Ooh, now
Jeez,
that is a gift.
Don't want much here. Okay, ain't that important?
Anyway, I'd like to wish any parents listening a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, have a good one. Thank you so much for listening.
Have a great one.